Welcome to World of Fusion 360. This is the automated modeling part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, you can watch it through the link in description. This video will explore the results that we got in part 1. So now we got finalized outcomes. Click on opacity so that our obstacle will fade. So this outcome, if you check here, we got geometry slightly on top of this obstacle. You can still insert your bolt because it is a smaller bolt. You can tilt it and you can insert it. That is fine. And here you have a slider where you can slide it to increase the volume and decrease the volume. So these are all the way decreased volume and is like all the way increased volume for this alternative. So similarly, you have second alternative. It is a much smoother geometry. And alternative 3, it is kind of similar to alternative 1, and the only thing is more material is incorporated than alternative 1. Okay, so these are the different outcomes we got. So in these, one more variety here we got is orthogonal. So it is like a smooth shape we got from 1 to 3. So if you click here 1 2 3, so here we got smooth shape. You can see it is very smooth. But when it comes to 4 5 6, they are orthogonal. They are perfectly perpendicular to the faces. And similarly 5 6. So 6 3 are same. You can see the geometry is same. The only difference is the smoothness. Okay, so we got the outcomes and 2 interface regions to be precise. So let's go ahead and promote this alternative 5, and I would like the volume to be minimum. And if you just click OK, it will promote that outcome. See how fast it promoted that outcome. So within a fraction of seconds, you got this outcome. When it comes to generative design, it takes considerable time for generating outcomes, even promoting those. So here it took less than 5 minutes to generate the outcome. So all this process you do just to get what are the potential shapes that are possible here. And you can inspire from these, and you can create or even manipulate this design to finalize the needful one. Let's inspect what is there in the history. So if you see, the model has features. If you observe, here you have automated modeling. These are our tool that we used, and base feature. These are our reserves, and form body, boundary fill, and combine at final. So this is a general usual process for generative design outcome promotion also. And we got this form here, and it is fully editable. If you right click and click on edit, so we are in form workspace, and this is fully editable. And if you notice, we got a symmetry here. So the symmetry is automatically applied. And if you change anything on this side, the same will happen on the other side. That is the main advantage of this symmetry. I'm going to finish the form. And later it did a boundary fill and combine to finish it up. Let's hide the cylinder and see what is there underneath. We got a small problem here, that is, we already have this cylinder and it again created one more cylinder on top of it. The same went here, but this is not a problem because these are our cylinder. If you show our cylinder, this is extending a little. It is not a problem because we hold the bolt inside it. So the major problem is this one. So we got more material, so we cannot incorporate this and this. So both are two separate bodies. So if you see, this is our automated model generated. Let's rename this as AM. This is our obstacle. Fine. So we got it like this, but we could have done one thing so that it will be nice. That is, we offset this one inside and also this outer face inner, so that the inner face will reduce and this outer face will also reduce, and this AM generated body will be created from here, so that it will be useful for us to create the outcomes. So that is the kind of limitation we got here. So let's go back before AM, and I would like to just offset it about 2 mm, and similarly on the outside about 2 mm, here negative 2 mm, saying okay. Now if you go forward, so we got an error saying we changed something. So if you double click on it, you can click regenerate shapes. What it will do is it will use the same data to again generate the shapes. You don't need to input anything, so it got faces to connect and bodies to avoid. Now that the outcomes updated, so here if you want to swap the outcome, you can select whatever the outcome you need. You can click OK to accept that outcome. Here if you see, it got a very less material, and here is the outcome that we have selected previously. Now let's select this outcome and let's promote this. Going to say OK. So even if you are not satisfied with this outcome, if you can double click on this automated model and you can select whatever the outcome you need. This is the outcome that I'm interested in. Now if you see, we got this one corrected. Now I can hide this existing cylinder. This is the one that we offset correct, and with that it used some offsets, and then it created extra geometry, which is we intended. Let's hide the obstacle and also construction. With this we can ideate the shapes faster. That is all for this video. In the upcoming video, we're going to see the comparison between generative design model and automated model. So additional parameters, which is going to be very interesting. Stay tuned for part 3. Thank you.